सरकार, हर चीज का सरकार ने काम जवाब देंगे। बैठिए आप।
India's parliament, 545 Lok Sabha MPs, 245 Rajya Sabha members and over a billion people waiting to be heard, meets for just about 70 days a year. Why so? And who decides? This is what we will get to know in this explainer and the first episode of Parliament Ki Pathshala. The power to convene Parliament rests with the Cabinet Committee on Parliamentary Affairs, 9 key ministers including Defence, Home, Finance and Law. They recommend the dates and the President signs off. The Constitution via Article 85 says one thing. The gap between two sessions must not exceed 6 months. But there's no rule for when sessions happen or for how long. Originally, Article 85 said Parliament should meet twice a year. But after the First Amendment in 1951, it became what it is today. Just don't exceed a 6-month gap. The clause does not prevent Parliament from being summoned more often. My fear is that members will themselves get tired of sessions. Turns out, Parliament got tired too soon. By convention, Parliament meets 3 times a year. Budget session between Jan to May, monsoon session July to August, and winter session November-December.
The budget session is actually in 2 phases. So the first phase will have tabling of the economic survey. Since it's the first session, the President of India will address a joint sitting of both the houses and then the presentation of the union budget. So in the first half of the budget session, once the President's address is made, there will be a general discussion on the President's address, typically 3 days. And after that, there is a general discussion on the union budget. Then around 8-10 days, the first phase of the budget session will last. Then there is a recess, during which the parliamentary standing committees will get an opportunity to look into the budgetary allocations for various ministries. And the second half of the budget session will actually pass the budget under various heads. It's a lengthy process. So that's a budget session, which is the longest of the 3 sessions.
But there's no fixed calendar. And here's the kicker. In 1955, the Lok Sabha's General Purpose Committee recommended a full sitting schedule. Nehru's cabinet agreed, but it was never implemented. Governments have used the flexible calendar to work around politics. For example, in 2016, budget session split into 2 to issue the Enemy Property Ordinance. In 2013, winter session cut short by 2 days for Telangana protests. In 2008, monsoon session extended until December to avoid a second no-confidence motion. And in 2011 and 2017, sessions delayed or cut short for elections. In the first 2 decades post-independence, Lok Sabha met for 120 plus days a year. Today it's down to 70 days in 2025. And in 2023, just 48 days. One reason, standing committees since the 1990s, they have done a lot of legislative prep outside the house. But experts and even MPs want more sittings.
Actually, it depends on the government. It depends on the legislative agenda of the government. Now the government, if it has a heavy legislative agenda, in the sense if it has many bills to pass, the session, whichever session it is, the budget session or the monsoon session or the winter session, it can last longer. It can, the number of days can be increased. But the government, whichever government it is, be the present India government, the previous UPA government, in their wisdom, they have decided these many days are enough for passing their legislative agenda. From an opposition point of view, they would the demand is always to hold discussions on many issues. The government has the power to call a special session. As I said, the CCPA has to make a recommendation to the President. If you remember the rollout of the GST, the Goods and Services Tax, there was a special session called. It sat at midnight. And GST was rolled out at 12 am midnight. There was a special session to discuss the adoption of the constitution, the 75 years of the adoption of the constitution. There were special sessions in the past to mark significant occasions like the 50 years of independence and other issues. So the government has every power to convene a special session, fix the agenda for that as well.
In the UK, US and Canada, Parliament meets throughout the year. A full calendar of sittings is fixed in advance. US Congress for 100 days, UK Parliament 150 days, Canada 130 days, and India 70 days. So why does it matter? Year-round sessions enable planning, avoid ordinance, and ensure continuous accountability. So should Parliament sit more often? What's your question for your MP this session? Drop it in the comment section and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, The Indian Express. Thank you so much for watching.